Copyright and Creative Commons. A copyright is a property right attached to an original work of art or literature. Individuals once had to apply for copyright protection. However, works created since 1978 assume protection from the moment the work takes tangible form, whether or not a copyright notice is attached, and whether or not the individual has filed an application with the U.S. Copyright Office. For works created and published before 1978, copyright lasts 75 years from the time of publication or copyright renewal. A copyrighted work may be used or copied under certain conditions. The first is if the work belongs to the public domain. These are works such as government documents and works with an expired copyright or no existing protection, and works published over 75 years ago. A work may also be used if permission is granted. Prior approval for the proposed use must be obtained from the copyright owner. Another use is by legal exemption. An example would be in the creation of a parody. Works may also be used according to fair use. Fair use guidelines dictate the use for educational purposes according to certain restrictions. Fair use for educational purposes has many specifics. Fair use has restrictions based on the work or the materials to be used. It determines how much of a work you can use and for how long and when you may use it. Copyright and fair use can be confusing. Consult your library media specialist for specific information. They are the experts in your schools. Teachers have a moral obligation to practice integrity and trustworthiness. Just as they expect students to refrain from cheating on tests and from taking others' belongings at school, teachers should honor the law when it comes to fair use and copyright. That was easily said, but it's not always easy to understand what is legal or fair. More and more teachers and students are creating products with digital content. Many times the materials include copyright protected items such as images, sounds, music, or video clips. Using the material for a length of time or distributing the materials on the web without the owner's permission is against the law. Enter Creative Commons. Creative Commons is a non-profit corporation dedicated to making it easier for people to share and build upon the works of others, consistent with the rules of copyright. Creative Commons offers exciting possibilities for teachers and students looking for multimedia resources to use in projects. Creative Commons allows others to copyright their works and clearly designate how their work can be used by others. Through the use of an online tool at the Creative Commons website, users can choose from the following licenses. The first license is attribution. This license lets others distribute, remix, tweak, and build upon your work, even commercially, as long as they credit you for the original creation. This is the most accommodating of the licenses offered in terms of what others can do with your works that are licensed under attribution. Attribution share alike. This license lets others remix, tweak, build upon your work even for commercial reasons, as long as they credit you and license their new creation under identical terms. This license is often compared to open source software licenses. All new works based on yours will carry the same license, so any derivatives will also allow commercial use. Attribution non-commercial. This license lets others remix, tweak, build upon your non-commercial work, and although their new works must acknowledge you and be non-commercial, they don't have to license their derivative works on the same terms. Attribution non-commercial share alike. This license lets others remix, tweak, build upon your work non-commercially, as long as they credit you and license their new creations under identical terms. Others can download and redistribute your work, but they can also translate, make remixes, and produce new stories based on your work. All new work based on yours will carry the same license, so any derivatives will also be non-commercial in nature. Attribution, non-commercial, no derivatives. This is the last of the main 6 license types. This one still allows redistribution. It's often called the free advertising license because it allows others to download your works, share them with others, as long as they mention you and link back to you, but they can't change them in any way or use them commercially. So what can teachers do? Teachers may encourage or require students to search for multimedia content for their projects that has been licensed using Creative Commons and then easily cite their sources appropriately. There are many online resources that allow authors to publish their works with clearly identified Creative Commons licensing information. A few of the sites would include Flickr, Google, the Internet Archive, Wikimedia Commons, Jamendo Music, and Spin Express Media. Creative Commons itself has a meta search engine at search.creativecommons.org. This allows users to search a number of mentioned resources from one location. Besides taking advantage of Creative Commons for creating projects, teachers and students can use Creative Commons to license and share their own work with the world. For more information, visit creativecommons.org.